Secretary, before I let you go, I want you to answer critics who accuse this president of an uncertain course in his foreign policy. And it harkens back to something the president wrote in his own book, Audacity of Hope. He wrote this, critical of the Bush years: without a well-articulated strategy that the public supports and the world understands, America will lack the legitimacy and ultimately the power it needs to make the world safer than it is today. Is that the problem President Obama faces?
No. Let me tell you, what he faces maybe is a problem with a bunch of critics who want to jump to conclusions without looking at the facts. But the facts could not be more clear. The United States of America has never been more engaged in helping to lead in more places than we are now. I just came back from China, where we are engaged with the Chinese in dealing with North Korea. And you will notice since the visit last year, North Korea has been quieter. We haven't done what we want to do yet with respect to the denuclearization, but we are working on that and moving forward. With respect to Syria, we struck a deal where we got 100% of the chemical weapons out. With respect to Iraq, we are deeply involved now in the process of government formation, helping the Iraqis to be able to choose a government of unity that can reunite it. They've elected a speaker. They're about to elect a president. We believe that's moving forward. On Afghanistan, we helped strike a deal recently to help warring parties in the contest of the election to be able to come together and hold Afghanistan together. With respect to Iran, this president has taken the risk of putting together a negotiation. For the first time in 10 years, the Iranian nuclear program is actually being rolled backwards, and Israel and the region are safer than they were. We've negotiated a ceasefire in an effort to try to bring troops into South Sudan. We've negotiated a disarming of the M23 rebel group in Democratic Republic of the Congo. We're negotiating a major economic treaty, a package, trade agreement with Europe, 40% of the world's GDP. Same thing in Asia. I would tell you something, David. One thing I've seen for certain: people aren't worried around the United States and sitting there saying we want the United States to leave. People are worried that the United States might leave. And the fact is that every fundamental issue of conflict today, the United States is in the center, leading and trying to find an effort to make peace where peace is very difficult. And I think the American people ought to be proud of what this president has done in terms of peaceful, diplomatic engagement, rather than quick trigger, deploying troops, starting or engaging in a war of choice. I think the president's on the right track, and I think we have the facts to prove it.
Secretary Kerry, as always, thank you for your time.